So transition is the time, the end of the backswing to the start of the downswing. Most players struggle with it and they find it quite a mysterious thing. We're going to look today at the role that the feet play in shifting pressure and how important that is in that transition. Hi, I'm Peter Knight. I've created this channel, Peter Knight Golf, to help you become the best golfer you can be. And if you click the subscribe button and the grey bell notification icon, then you won't miss a video. Let's talk about transition, and we'll talk about it from the ground up. And I've got this body track pressure mat, which is actually going to help me. So when I stand on the mat, I'm looking at a representation of my feet, and I can see how much pressure I've got in each foot. So I can see left foot to right foot, and I can also see heel to toe on each foot. So when I set myself up, I'm looking for my balance to be fairly even. When I swing the club to the top of my swing, I want the balance to be roughly 80% on my right foot, on my back foot, sorry. Now, here's the transition part. My feeling is that when I go to the top of the swing, I want to get the 80% that's on here across to the left as early as I can in the downswing. Now, if we think of the movement as being a movement of pressure, then if I just lift my feet like this, I'm shifting 100% of my weight. So I don't have to have my body moving all over the place in order to achieve that pressure shift. So if I swing to here, if I lift my foot, I've actually moved 100% of pressure into this foot when my left foot's off the ground. If I swing through to here, I've lifted 100% of I've put 100% of my pressure into my front leg, my left leg, and 0 on my right. So when I'm thinking of transition in the golf swing now, the transition is the end of the backswing, the beginning of the downswing. It's a critical point in the swing to get a lot right. And so in this video, we're talking about getting pressure to shift from one foot to the other. So when I get to the top of the swing, I want to feel like I'm getting the pressure onto my left foot as early as I can. So already I can feel I've got a lot more pressure onto this front foot and it's coming off this foot. I'm not pushing it off this foot, it just comes off. So my swing back, pressure on the right, pressure on the left early, and then the club swings down and through. Now if I start using my arms or my hands to deliberately begin my downswing, I can never get that pressure shift. It has to come from the arms being reasonably passive through the transition especially, and then the pressure shifting into my front foot. So let's give it a go. So I'm setting with my balance quite even at the start. Pressure's going to shift into the right and then back into the front foot. And then the club will swing through. So when I've finished my swing, I've got about 95% of pressure into my front foot here. So getting that movement right, getting into there and thinking of the pressure just changing, going into my front foot, and you can see when I made that shot, there's no massive lateral slide. So practice doing that. Practice that feeling of pressure into the right, coming off to the left for a right-hander. Pressure into the left, coming off the right, then the club follows. Or your upper body, then your arms, then the club follows. If you practice doing that, you'll find that to do it correctly, your arms will have to be reasonably passive. It's a great way to get that transition right, and you'll find that your swing will stay in balance better, and you'll probably get more power with less effort.